Provoking, action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show.
WJBE 1040 AM, 99.7 FM. Translator W259AB. Powell, Knoxville.
RIP to Arkansas baseball. As we welcome you into another edition, it is your Tony Basilio Show. I'll just start here. Last night, that baseball game is one of the, how do you put this? First of all, college baseball is an insane game. It's such a game of emotion, and it's played on the edge. Like we talk about that Tennessee's baseball team this year, but that thing last night, for the uninitiated, let me bring Matt Dixon and John Adams in now, because we're going to build our show around this today. We're going to talk about, and I want you to think, because I've got a couple here, locally, globally, etc., worst losses you've maybe ever experienced as a fan, worst losses you've ever seen, where your heart just goes out to somebody. That was something last night that Rick Barnes is looking at that, saying to himself, man, this poor guy from Arkansas, he ain't never going to win in that tournament. That guy's never cutting that down. Now, he may do a lot of things, but poor Van Horn, Barnes looks at the guy and goes, you, sir, you can't do this. John Adams, presented by Jennifer Morris, Next Move, SmokyMountains.com. She of Keller Williams fame. Hey, John, that game was insane last night. Absolutely insane. Is John there? He did this last week. Hey, Matt, as I bring Matt Dixon in, you cover that sport. What did you make of that last night, Matt Dixon, what we witnessed?
I was just stunned by it. Just an inexplicable collapse. Like, Arkansas had to make like 3 or 4 just killer mistakes for that to happen. And they did. And it was their, their 2 best players were a part of it. Dave Van Horn's like an infield coach, like at heart.
Yep.
And the infield stuff was 2 of them.
Yep.
I was just stunned by that.
I was talking to Berkey today, who won't mind me.
It was so painful to watch.
Totally painful.
Oh my gosh, it was just a brutal way for your season to end.
I was talking to Berkey today about it, and Berkey was like, I couldn't sleep last night. I felt so bad for those kids. He said, and I don't get involved with like who we're cheering for, whatever. You call thousands of these games, and you just call games. But when you see, just on a human level, when you see a kid like that, a Loy kid, for those of you that missed it, here's what happens. Matt, did they get the first out in the 9th inning, or am I imagining that?
Yes, they got I think they got a strikeout.
So we got 1 out. So we have 1 out. Then a ground ball's hit to the second baseman. That would have been 2 outs. Only the first baseman ranged over and played the ball. If the first baseman stays away from the ball like he should be, that's 2 outs. LSU's down, 3 runs or 2 runs to start the inning?
They're down 5-3, and not only did the first baseman play the ball, but he rushed a throw and threw it past the pitcher covering the base, so the runner moved up to second, which took away a potential double play, which I guess is some more irony for later on in the inning.
And then, so with a base open,
they walked.
With a base open, they walk somebody. So now you got first and second, one out. And this is where it gets crazy. Double play ball hit to this Aloy kid, who's a great player. Him and his brother both play there. The Aloy kid's going to be a high pick in the draft. Very slick fielding,
Golden Spikes finalist.
Incredible baseball player. Just, I'd take him tomorrow. For some reason, and if you go back and watch it, he's got an easy double play ball. That's an easy double play ball. 6-4-3, you're out of the inning. What does he do? He cuts a man down at third base with a 2-run lead for no reason at all, other than it's college baseball and crazy things are about to happen. Next batter up. You can't make this up now. Now you got 2 outs. And you got first and second because he chose to cut a man instead of end the baseball game. And again, kind of talking to Berkey today. Berkey's like, Tony, I've done a million games. The guy, it's a double play. We didn't want to belabor it on the air. But the guys they're going home. They're winning, and we're going to have a game tonight, and it's going to be, LSU's going to have to tax themselves, or Arkansas is going to have to tax themselves. And over there, you got a team that's won like 27 straight games from Coastal Carolina that nobody thought would be in that spot. And here we go. Next ball hit to a left fielder who, Matt, is one of the better fielding outfielders in our league this year. And he breaks back on a ball, breaks in on the ball, looks like at some point he loses where the ball is, and it hits him in the shoulder, bounces away like 20 feet, and rolls into foul territory down the left field line, and 2-run score. And at that point, it's on like Donkey Kong. Next batter, this is all with 2 outs now. Next batter hits a ball that goes off the top of the glove of the second baseman, and that is the game. And I'm going to tell you something. College baseball is a crazy sport. Matt, I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that last night. I don't know that anything exists that could look like that last night. They had about 5 chances to get that third out last night. That Gaggle kid, whatever his name is, he got about 5 or 6 outs, Matt, in that inning.
Yeah, it was. If about 4 things could have happened, and then it was Jared Jones who hit the walk off, the little single.
Yeah,
that hit the second baseman. The guy, it's actually the kid that's from Omaha, hit like his glove.
Yep.
I mean, he probably could have, maybe should have caught it. I don't know. Yeah. That was a tougher play than the other ones.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't touch it and the ball just is roped in the center field, the runner at second doesn't score because it was their catcher. And so they still would have had like the corners if he doesn't even make a play on the ball. I mean, you can't fault him for doing that because he was trying to get out of the inning. But that's another part of this that, but the line drive to the left fielder, Davalon, who absolutely killed Tennessee and I thought was their best player in the postseason.
I love him.
Just a hard line drive hit right at him, toughest to judge. And, that's a bigger ballpark, a bigger outfield, so you're playing different dimensions than you have normally played. And he misread it, took a bad first step, and then just flipped. And then the ball just took a crazy bounce like off him. You described it pretty well. I don't know how far it was. It felt like it was more than 20 feet, but I mean, could have walked Bear Jones there at the end.
Didn't walk him.
I would have. I mean, he's kind of like their Hunter Inslee, like a 5th-year guy that's been clutch for them. Has hit a couple of walk-offs and been big for them. Hit a home run to tie the game, I think, in maybe the 6th inning.
Yes.
Which felt like forever ago, but just a brutal way for your season to end. Awful. And then for it to be just the way it did with who Arkansas's history out there.
Here's the other thing.
It's hard to get off the mat after that.
Well, here's the other thing, Matt. Those kids, and John Adams and I were talking in the pre-production today, you could tell those kids love their coach. And, John, I bring you back in here. You see the emotion. You see that shortstop literally having to be consoled by one of his teammates on the field. I'm talking about an all-time painful, brutal loss. Reminds me of the day that Bucky Dent hit that home run, John, when the Yankees beat Kansas City in a one-game playoff when I was a little kid, and little Freddie Patak sat in the dugout and cried his eyeballs out. That had to make Bino smile. When you see these guys cry on the field, and the Davlon guy was inconsolable on the field, the kid that dropped the fly ball. It is an interesting thing to watch these these young men care so much about something they're doing in the moment that they cry like that. And I mean cry, weeping uncontrollably. That's how painful of a loss that was last night. That was a brutal loss. John Adams, you and I were talking, and we're going to build a show around this. I want to know worst pain you've ever experienced as a sports fan, some of the worst losses you've seen by other teams. Just bring up some things, and let's have fun on a June day at Arkansas's expense. Hey, Matt, I was trying to explain to John, because it was before he and I were watching college baseball, what was the sequence? And for those of us that are latecomers to the deal, Van Horn should have won a championship when Tony Vitello was still on his staff. And that was right before Tony got hired here. What was the sequence that led to them with the pop foul out of play? Explain to us, as best you can recall, what happened there.
It was actually it was Vitello's first year at Tennessee, 2018.
Okay.
But it was a team that Vitello had kind of helped put together for a big, him with how good of a recruiter he is. They made it to the championship series, the best of three against Oregon State. They won game one, and they had a one-run lead in the ninth inning of game two. I think there was a runner on, maybe first, but they were an out away from a national title. Had a little pop-up down the right field line in foul territory, which is really big out there in Omaha. Again, the dimensions I do think play a factor here. And you had first base, second, and right field all kind of converge on it. And the second baseman kind of overran it, and it fell in between all three of them. Oregon State hits a 2-run homer. I believe the same batter hits a 2-run homer a pitch or two later to give Oregon State the lead. They win that game, and then obviously they win the game 3 the next night to win a national title. So
yeah, because you're not getting up from that
one. I think that's obviously probably more painful of a loss for Arkansas, because it was literally you make this catch, you're the national champion.
Yep.
You can kind of rationalize last night as maybe we win that game, but LSU still has an advantage pitching wise the next night, and it would be hard to beat them twice. Plus, even if you do that, you have to beat Coastal twice, who's won 26 in a row and has their pitching lined up for the series. But just in the moment, that's got to be that's just, it's hard to explain with it being your best players involved in it and just the freaky things that happen.
And here's the thing about it.
I don't know how. Again, I don't know how Arkansas fans get up after that.
Baseball is a point A to point B to point C to point D sport when you see your thing unravel. And that's what makes the game so unique, because it's a game of thinking. The ball's hit to the shortstop. Okay, the first baseman just made a bad decision. Now there's a guy on first. Now the door is open. It's a 5-3 game. You watch enough of these games, that guy's going to score, because that's just how the sport works. You start doing the math in your head. Then you're like, we better not give up a 2-run home run here. Then you get a ground ball to the shortstop after they walk somebody to set up a double play situation, and the shortstop, who's your best player, loses his head in the moment. That's what happened. And that opened the total floodgates for what followed. And what followed was pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch. And then it was like one of the worst things I've ever seen. I'm telling you right now, If that was a Tennessee baseball game, Matt, and we would have lost that way, because that is how we were going to lose in Omaha. If we'd have gotten in there, Matt, that's exactly what would have happened to us defensively. When you watch some of these teams struggle fielding the ball in that ballpark, some of the better teams in the sport, and that is what this College World Series has been. It's been these teams struggling to field the ball. That is what would have happened to us. I can't imagine those Arkansas people, John, they don't like college baseball. They love it. It is like their identity at Arkansas. They've got that big, huge stadium, but they just can't, for whatever reason, they just can't perform in Omaha. They just cannot get over the hump. What's going on with John here? I need tech support.
Our resident LSU fan is speechless.
Yeah, tech support to John Adams. You think that's what happened? You think it freaked him out so badly that
I would assume John didn't sleep last night for reasons other than the opposite end of the Chris Burke spectrum.
Yes, just gleeful over the possibilities, poring over the pitching matchup. Hey Matt, by the way, do you give Coastal a chance against LSU?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, any team that's won 26 straight, I mean, they've gone straight through the tournament, beating quality teams. I mean, it's almost like they've forgotten how to lose. But, I mean, if Arkansas had won last night and they had to tax LSU's pitching today or tonight, especially if they would have had to use Anderson, I would definitely make Coastal the favorite. They might be anyway. I just think LSU's the Cade Anderson and Anthony Ianson, well, that 1-2 punch at the top is really tough to beat. So it'll be an incredible series.
If you haven't seen these Coastal guys play,
I guess it starts Saturday.
If you haven't seen these Coastal guys play, they got great pitching. They field the ball very well, and they are excellent in the moment. I'm talking excellent. They're pounding people in the College World Series. There's nothing fluky about them. Like sometimes you say, oh, it's a cute, fun story. No. They're going to beat LSU, actually. That's what's going to happen. Because this is not, hey, Matt, the crazy thing is this is not a vintage LSU team. This isn't one of their better teams. I mean, they're taking advantage of a pretty good draw they had and a kind of a down year in college baseball. But this isn't one of their better teams, Matt. Aside from those two pitchers, who are excellent players, by the way.
No, that's very fair. It's nowhere near as good as their team 2 years ago that won it all. That team is miles better than this one. But you can only play who's in the other dugout, and they got a good draw, and they're a really good and talented team. And I take shots at Jay Johnson all the time. Guy can overmanage his team.
Oh yeah,
and he kind of does it all year. Every move he made last night was the right one.
Oh, unbelievable!
He used the pinch hitter in like the 6th inning, and got a two run hit. The way he manages the pitching staff has been really, really good. So they're poised to win their second in 3 years. But no, it's of their, I think they've won 8 or 7 or 8 title teams. This would probably be one or two that probably shocks them. But the sport's a little, and it's just the parity sport this year. There's no great teams. There's a
soft year. It's a great year for a Coastal to win it. It really is. It's a great year. And again, I would hate to see the way we defend us in that stadium this year. Watching these other better teams. That Arkansas team, like Matt said, is one of the best fielding teams in the league this year, and they literally unraveled. I mean, I know you people are like, why would you spend 18 minutes talking about, I'm telling you, if you didn't see it, you had to see it. If you saw it, you know what we're talking about. And so in honor of that today, I want to know at 865-200-5402, and I'm going to give away a copper card, maybe a couple of them. Good for my Copper Cellar family of restaurants. How about $50 in copper cards? And how about we'll also give away some Alumni Hall as well. If I got 3 things written down, 3 totally painful sports memories written down. And if we ever connect with John has been on the scene of several, like, world-renowned painful memories in sports for people. If we ever connect with him, I think he's somewhere between the Bermuda Triangle and parts unknown.
I think Rocco's has Wi-Fi. He should be able to connect.
John doing Jello shots at 10 o'clock Central Time as we continue, 10:19, I guess. We continue with more on the other side as we roll it back right after this.
Are you wanting to raise money for mission trips or summer camps for your church? Fundraising just got easier. I'm Billy with Grade A Grounds, and we partner with churches to raise money through custom-labeled coffee. It's fresh, local, and gives back. Start today at our website, gradeagrounds.com.
Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Jeff Hall here. I'm a partner at Rather & Kittrell Capital Management. And here at Rather & Kittrell, we understand that life is full of transitions. Since 2000, our team of dedicated certified financial planners has been helping individuals, families, and businesses navigate these changes with confidence. From comprehensive wealth management to tailored retirement plans, we're committed to guiding you toward a secure financial future. Ready to take the next step? Visit rkcapital.com or call us at 865-218-8400 to start your journey today. Rather & Kittrell is a registered investment advisor.
Summer officially starts this month, and the last thing you want during sweltering heat is a broken air conditioner or HVAC system. That means it's more important than ever to keep you and your family comfortable and safe before extreme Tennessee temperatures arrive. Don't ignore the warning signs that your AC is struggling or nearing the end of its lifespan. And if you need emergency HVAC repairs, routine preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month, get up to a $1,000 discount when you buy and install a new air conditioner or HVAC system. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards, so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marco Scarza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve injuries and accident matters and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn a new skill. With a new 5-acre driving academy that's now under new leadership with all new course material. And the best part, it's absolutely free. What a great deal to set you on the road to higher pay. And TLD Logistics even offers weekly stipends to offset food and gas expenses. In 6 weeks' time, you could complete this course and be in compliance with FMCSA regulations. Then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit tldlogistics.com. That's tldlogistics.com. TLD Logistics.
A lime is not always just a lime. You see, some limes are lucky. For when a lime joins the salted rim of a crisp, refreshing Tres Dos Equis, that lime is no longer a mere lime, but a wedge of renowned Mexican limon. Muchas gracias, limon. And also, de nada. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Hi there, Basilio crew. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. If you're thinking about selling your home, I've got good news for you. The East Tennessee and Knoxville areas are projected to have another strong year. I'll be happy to talk with you about the latest and greatest info you need. So give me a call at 865-694-5904 or contact me at nextmovesmokymountains.com. Hope to hear from you soon, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama's Easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols!
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
T to the B back with you, 865-200-5402. Talking about just some of the worst beats we've seen, experienced, been through. We've all been there and done that. Matt Dixon, what comes to mind for you when you think about just terrible beats? Anything come to mind for you, Matt?
What? I'm trying to think of like the NCAA tournament type stuff.
Yeah.
I think that Sweet 16 lost to Ohio State in, I guess, Pearl's second year, where they blew the 20-point lead and Mike Conley hit that shot at the end to beat Tennessee, because that Ohio State team was the 1 seed and actually played Florida for the national title. And Tennessee really should have won that game. That's one that comes to mind.
Did they have a 19-point lead, Matt, at halftime and then couldn't do anything right in the second half, basically?
I think they were up 20 late in the first half, and then Ohio State hit a 3 right at the buzzer to go into the locker room down 17.
Wow.
And then they just kind of whittled it away the first, 10 or 12 minutes of the second half, and then just back and forth at the end.
Yeah, and you can see it coming, you know? That's the thing about these things. Like last night's game, you can see it coming like a slow train down the tracks. 865-200-5402 if you want to get in the hunt and in the mix with us. I feel so bad for those poor Arkansas people, man. That was, like Matt said, they were – you have to understand something. Like we've had this Dudley Dawson guy on a few times from down there, and you talk to these Arkansas people, they're not a player in football anymore. I mean, I know they beat us last year and yada, 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 but they're not making a playoff in football. And they're very proud of their basketball program, but Their basketball program, Matt's not on the level their baseball program is. And they have this glamorous, elegant. Matt, you were there. Tell us about how much a sport means to them. You were there for the Super Regional round. Just how important the sport is to those people.
Yeah, they have 10 to 12,000 people at games. It's an incredible fan base. Probably the best venue in the sport. Everything they do is at an elite level.